Maybe you can start over.
Okay, sure. Okay, so we now welcome Bhante Chandima to be our speaker. So before we start our Q&A session, let me do a short introduction on Bhante. So Bhante Dr. Chandima is an associate editor of the Journal of International Buddhist Studies at the Buddhist Research Institute of Mahachula Longkornrajavijayalaya University in Thailand. His research focuses on Theravada Suttas, Dhamma, and Buddhist ethics. He was formerly a research fellow at the Center for Studies in Religion and Society of the University Victoria, Canada. Now let us invite Bhante by saying sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So for today's flow, we will go with 1 hour of questions from you guys that have filled in the Google form, and after that we'll go for 30 minutes of open Q&A session.
Okay. Thank you. I forgot your name once again.
Jin Shen.
Jin Shen. Yeah, thank you, Jin Shen. A very good evening, students who are studying here, and I'm very happy to have come here to your Buddhist society on this campus, Nottingham University. So I think we have to sort of modify the timing because we are supposed to finish by maybe 8:45. Now it's almost 7:20. So perhaps there are only 14 questions. So he's going to read questions one by one. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to accommodate probably maybe half an hour to cover if possible, and then to give them the chance, then finish up by 8:45. Thank you everybody. So before we get started, shall we pay respect to the Buddha? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Do you have a whiteboard over here?
Yes.
You have it. Huh? Perhaps we don't need this one. We roll it up, and then we have the whiteboard. All right. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So now we will be starting off our. Before we get to the questions, let me say a couple of words about this plan. Normally, when a Sangha member used to come to a certain Buddhist center, maybe a university like this, you know that how you organize these kind of things before. They normally give a traditional Dhamma talk. It's good, but today I thought it's better that we all get engaged. Not that engagement, I mean, get engaged in our Dhamma activities, especially Dhamma questions about life, normal life, daily life. So then I asked, again, same name, Jeng Hang, that we will go for a Q&A, Dhamma chat. And so you take questions and then up front, and we will do it on the floor as well. So I got 14 questions. So they are pretty normal questions, very, very common sense questions. So don't worry. And if you have any question that is arising at the end of this session, don't be shy. I understand, and I have studied like you in many places, and I'm also in the field. So we can discuss by respecting the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, at the same time looking for possible answers, fair answers. Okay, so please go ahead with the first question.
So with the first question is, if we download things online without license, is it breaking the second precept?
Okay, so we call it, we call this question to be what do you call digital piracy, right? If we download things online without license, is it breaking the second precept? Okay, now say for instance, if you go to internet, you see that there are a lot of materials you can what do you call download or probably use. So there are terms that they are using. They are saying copyright use, or maybe they are saying royalty free privilege or whatever. So we have to understand that if we download something that is copyrighted, that has a royalty, then if we're going to share, maybe repost, then we have to credit that person. This is one interesting aspect to do. But there are times people go very fast and then do something and then post, right? So I think if we can understand that this is something to be concerned, then we can follow a certain method. So we are not stealing other people's stuff, right? Even a software. And now, say for instance, you are studying, you have to write assignments, you have to write a thesis one day perhaps. So in academic environment, there is something they are very concerned. What is it called? Plagiarism. Plagiarism. That means you maybe borrow some other people's ideas, not you, I mean some others, then you're going to add in the same way. But they have a lot of softwares to check that. But even they find it or not, why do we want to cheapen ourselves? A lot of times people do that, students do that, because they are not getting ready in time. So they are writing the assignment in the last minute. So when they are writing in the last minute, they have no choice. They are very frustrated, they are very overwhelmed. So they want to copy and paste. It's like an assignment of copy paste, right? So it's better to get ready early. When we get ready early, means we are organizing us. We can minimize a lot of unwholesome activities. It is not in your best interest to steal other people's stuff, but you are pushed to that, choicelessly pushed to that level of something. So don't be late. Plan early, plan ahead, so you can minimize lots of things like copy paste and stuff, or maybe digital piracy stuff. Be that a license, be that somebody else activity. Even you copy something of the Buddha and then you post it like yours. It's also not nice. It's something that comes from the Buddha. So we have to say, what you think you become. This very common thing. What you think you become. Who said this? Say Buddha. Right? All our experiences are preceded by the mind. Right? So then, let's say diligence is the most important quality in life. Right? So we have to credit the right person. So I mean, don't take it very hard, but there's something that we have to be concerned. Like if we download things online without license, I think there are a lot of things we can download. Downloading is not the problem, I think. The problem is you are trying to claim it in your own way. That is the problem, right? If it is downloadable, that means you can download it, no problem, right? Because they have given access to you, it's download. Go. But how are you going to use the downloaded material is the problem. Then you understand, you credit, maybe you have to mention, you have to acknowledge, then you are okay. So don't take it so hard, just do the necessary thing. But if you are not crediting, if you are just copy and paste, if you are doing plagiarism, that would be not nice. So that's the answer to that thing. It could be a potential stealing.
Thank you, Bhante. So we'll proceed to the second question, which is, how do we find peace during chaos?
How to find peace during chaos? What is this chaos? Can you give me some ideas? What is this chaos like? You mean crisis? Something like a breakdown, mental breakdown? What do you think, the chaos? I mean, I'm not looking for the person who asked this question. I'm asking, what do you think this chaos like? Maybe you are stuck at that point in your life, mentally, emotionally, physically. So what the Buddha said, it is better to take a deep breath. That's very important. Maybe something happened that you didn't like it. Maybe you are disappointed. Maybe you are frustrated in your life. But whatever the thing, maybe your studies, maybe your relationships, maybe your health, maybe your family problem, maybe financial issues, whatever. You name it. But the first thing is take a deep breath, and you need to be positive that there is something, there's a solution to this, but I have to find it out. It might take time. There's a short solution, there's a long solution. So have that mentality. So that would be the best thing, to be peaceful. Then depending on the time of the solution, short solution, long solution, you will find the answer to that thing. Never become overwhelmed. What is happening to many is that when the problems happen, they become very paranoid, they become very panic, and that is the problem. You are making yourself sick, blood pressure, and then you are very stressed out. People think to take their life. Why? They don't take a deep breath, and they don't believe that there is a solution. But the solution is not yet clear, but thinking that there is a solution, short term and long term. Then you are slowly finding your own peace. So if there are any follow-up questions to these, please save those questions in your mind. Ask them at the end. Currently I just go over. Yes, please.
So for the third question is, the 5 precepts serve as guidelines forming the ethics of Buddhism. However, what about the killing of animals due to needing to consume them as food or nutrients? Aside from debauchery and hunting for sports, what about those that have to hunt animals or butcher them for food or for a living?
Quite interesting questions, huh? Okay. Right. Let me ask you. Now, the Buddhist stand on killing is that if you kill intentionally, that is going to be the problem. But you know, when we live in our life, practically speaking, there are things like, say, for instance, we just came from Kale area, so we drove on the highways and then we came to this area. What do you think? How many animals may have been stepped on by the car on the way? Do we know? We don't know. Animals, tiny creatures, we don't see them, right? How many? Now when we are walking at night, now here from the car park into this building, do we see how many tiny creatures are there? We can see things and certain small creatures, but can we see very tiny one? We cannot see. So just because that there can be a lot of tiny creatures, are we going to carry a broom to, mop them and wipe them? It's not possible. So what the Buddha said, that if you know that there are animals you can see, then you can avoid. But otherwise, we have to be practical. We cannot. So that is one thing you have to understand. Number 2 is that, say for instance, you are driving on a highway, and suddenly there is an animal comes to the highway. Lot of cars are coming behind you. Now you are thinking you are a Buddhist. You are a Buddhist, something like this. And then you cannot drive anymore. But what are you going to do? You are going to suddenly stop on the highway. Can you stop like that? Right? Can you stop? Because you want to save that animal. Then if you stop it, all of a sudden, other cars are going to crash onto you. Many humans are going to die also at the same time. So there are those kind of situations. So we are looking at the larger, broader picture, not that this tiny ant in the first place. But if you can save that ant, it's also good. But sometimes you cannot, because of the practical situation. So the The question is, however, what about the killing of animals due to needing to consume them as food or nutrient? I think none of you have killed animals to eat. Have you killed your own animals so far? Chicken, beef, pork, have you ever found your own animal? I don't think so. You may have gone to a shop and you may have bought those food. Somebody can make an argument, because you guys eat, they are killing. Even if you don't eat, they are killing too. So this is what is happening in the world. We believe, because as a Buddhist monk, I cannot say we have to eat, but rather I can say that world evolves in a certain way. We cannot change that, right? What if then you are a Buddhist, you are going to a lake, you see an eagle comes and then try to take a fish out of the water. Are you going to stop that eagle taking the fish? Or what are you thinking? Maybe nature is terrible. Huh? This nature is terrible. Most of the time nature is nice. Sun is rising, sun is setting, birds are chirping, but the same birds are coming and taking another fish. Huh? Maybe another animal is coming and eating another animal. So can we stop all these things? Are we going to bring these incidents to our Buddhist practice? I don't think so. So we have to understand how things happen in the world, but we are not supposed to kill any being. We are trying as much as we can, but there are certain situations we cannot do anything. So we cannot do means we cannot do. So you don't have to become a very perfectionist person at that point. So if you killing to eat, that is a problem. But these are the things that are out there for selling. So we have to take it that way. Aside from debauchery and hunting for sports, now these are accepted activities in certain countries. They are legally right, but morally a little bit different. Now let's say someone can own a gun and then go for hunting and then hunt animal, legally right. But morally we feel something different. I think we cannot do that. So then you decide what you want in your life. What about those that have to hunt animals or butcher them for food? Don't worry about these people. People who take an initiative to hunt, they make it because either they haven't understood it, or butchers do this for a different purpose. But as Buddhists, it's better that you can have a better, like a different moral job. Like let's say there is someone who thinks that I don't want to study. Finally, the person cannot find any job, then end up as a butcher. That's why we need to study well, like you. Study well, go for a more wholesome job. Right? You feel at the end of the day, you earn money ethically. Not that you sell tobacco, you sell alcohol, and you sell drugs, and you sell other things. You want to do a wholesome job, ethical job. At the end of the day, you are happy. I studied well. I feel like I'm giving back in a nice ethical way. So that's why learning, studying, planning, organizing our life early can have a very big impact on our earning money, earning well, to become better in our next 10 to 20, 30, 40 years. So don't worry about those who ended up as butchers or debauchers or hunters. Maybe they don't understand Buddhism that much. But as Buddhists, or if you want to be more Buddhist, then you think about this is not good for us, because it's not nice to us in that way, because finally it affects your consciousness. So practice not killing practically, not extremely, not in a way that is impractical. Right? Understanding how it works out for you, then practice it. But of course, hunting and butcher activities, slaughtering, they are not good activities. Definitely you are not supposed to do. You are not going to become somebody who is doing that. Yeah.
So thank you, Bhante. So for the fourth question, abstaining from lying or false speech is another one of the 5 precepts. Of course, it all matters behind the intention. But what if someone gets caught up in a big lie because they just went with the flow and didn't mean to lie. Yet it's too late to say the truth, as it would cause more harm than good. In that sense, would the person be breaking the 5 precepts for withholding information and going with the flow?
Interesting. This is also a problem when you don't organize yourself. We need to organize us. Say for instance, the person is saying a big lie because you just wanted to go with the flow. Let's talk about lying. Maybe we have a whiteboard here. What is a lie to you? Lie. Lie, huh? Right? We call it musavada. You don't have additional pens, huh? Only this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Even you can't lie, huh? You have to say the truth that there's only one pen over here. Okay, all right. So lie. So how not to lie? That's a good question. How not to lie? Huh? Now this is relative to the people we are working with, we are associating with. Not that I want to, it's not only my best interest not to lie. So this is conditioned to other people too. Say for instance, you are studying at Nottingham University here. Now, perhaps you may have lived up to your parents' expectations at a certain point, right? You must graduate with, can you look for a first class degree over here one day? At least a second upper, first class honors. Huh? Would you think as such? Maybe, I think you know your letter grades all the while. So if you think you can hit that goal, you think I can go for a first class degree, right? But what if that you are thoroughly pressurized by your situation, your family background, maybe your friends, maybe who are studying elsewhere, they are doing very well. Are you pressurized by that pressure? I also want to live up to a certain, certain standard in my life. Oh, I just graduate with a normal class, but it's Nottingham. I mean, what is going to work at that point? I think we all are kind of, unwillingly in this rat race. Unwillingly, we are kind of going with the rat race, this pressurized world. So people sometimes they don't want to lie, but there are professional liars. Huh? On this side, there are professional liars. Some of them. Huh? Okay. Is it possible to find another pen somewhere nearby? Maybe. Yeah, maybe you can find out from another place. But yeah, till then, professional liar means they are born to lie. They are born to lie. But there are many others who don't want to lie, right? But because of the conditions, they are driven by a situation that they want to lie. As Buddhists, as follower of the Buddha, what are we supposed to think about lying? Now, the Buddha said there are two things to think about in terms of lying. One is technical lie. What is the technical lie? Something that you said but it's not true, it's false. On the other hand, there are moments we cannot tell the truth. Have you gone through that situation? Because if you tell the truth, then you are into more mess, right? You are into more problems. That means mess A to mess B. But mess B is very heavy stuff. Now, one example I normally give, there's someone who is run away from a bully. Someone is trying to harass someone. So the person is, let's say person A wants to run away from the bully person. He has a knife or a gun. So somehow this person A manages to go to a house and knock the door and then asking, somebody's following me, can you let me in? So the person in the house says, yeah, I'm a Buddhist. I have to help. If I don't let you in, I think I'm not a Buddhist anymore. So I let you in. Right? I let you in. So he let him in and asking, okay, you can go to their room. There's a bed, and you can go underneath the bed. So person B, the bully, the person who is going to harass, also now. So this person went in. Somebody let him in. So he knocked the door and asked him, was there somebody like this came into your house? Did you let him in? Yeah, I'm a Buddhist. I cannot lie. That's what the Buddha said. So he came in because I let him in and I asked him to go to their room and he's underneath the bed now. Right? So that means, then what's going to happen? That person is going to find out this particular person and going to probably harm. So at that point, we should not tell the truth. We have to delay the truth. Maybe we have to say something else. It might be a white lie. Just for that time. Because saving is more important than my personal practice. Saving someone's life is more important than my practice. Because this practice has to go to other people, not only my own practice, my own nibbana, my own enlightenment. Some Buddhists are very much struggling with my own enlightenment. If you go to some traditional viharas, they are always bothering about themselves, not other people. So at that point, this person has to think about just to change. Couple of things they can do. What can we do if we know that what we say is going to be a problem to other people? Are we still going to tell that truth? What can we do? We can change the topic. We can change it because we do that. Huh? You already do that. Why don't you do it for a good cause? Do it for a good cause. People do it for bad causes. People change the topic for bad, very selfish, their own pursuits. Do it for a good cause. Then you try to change the topic. If not, what can we do? This person was very smart. I cannot change the topic. He or she finds it out. Then you perhaps walk away from the conversation. Because you want to save the life. You want to save the people. Right? But in the worst case scenario, anything is not going to be possible. They are smarter than you. Then you perhaps have to say a white lie. It is not avoidable. It's unavoidable. So the Buddha said, this not lying is not the telling the technical truth. It depends on the situation. Then only you talk. But always try to speak the truth. Sometimes we cannot speak the technical truth because we have to deal with other people. That side is not nice. We are good, but that side not nice. So we have to understand. The question is that, once again, abstaining from lying is another one of the 5 precepts. Yeah, all matters is intention. But what if someone gets caught up in a big lie because they just went with the flow? Okay, what is this going with the flow? Are we supposed to go with the flow all the time? I don't think so. Right? Have you done things that go with the flow? Tell me one thing that you did just to go with the flow. Tell me one small thing. In the university probably. Somebody chose computer science and you also chose the computer science. You don't have that ability. You are not good at that. And you end up with a very terrible problem one day. You spend a lot of money, you can't now change the course. So you have to know who you are, what you can do. And somebody chose a certain sports. Just because somebody chose, you also want to do that. But you cannot do that. Maybe your interest might go to other sports. So that means you have to find within, not just other people chose. Sometimes there are things we do with the flow. But most of the times, look within and you find out your real place where you can end up. So here, I don't think this idea is a good idea. Just because someone lied, you're also going to lie. That's not a nice thing. So it's something bad organizing. Didn't mean to lie, but you lied because of other people. You don't have to. It is your practice. It is your ethics, personal ethics. And yet it's too late to say the truth, as it would cause more harm than good. Yeah, it is said in common sense. If you lie, if you want to protect your lie, you will have to lie another 999 times. Now there is one small lie you did. You are so scared about somebody will find it out. Then you're gonna say 999 lies to protect that lie. Why? Why you take it very heavily? Just let it go and be that purified person. Would the person be breaking the 5 precepts for withholding information, going the... Yeah, definitely. It's unnecessary activity. Organize your speech, so you'll be okay. Yeah.
So, for the next question, how do we manage anxiety and how do I boost self-confidence?
Okay. All right. Anxiety. What is anxiety? Can you explain to me what is anxiety to you? Anyone over here? Anxiety? Yes, please.
Worrying over things.
Worrying over things. Yeah. See? Yeah. How positive is this gentleman? Huh? Found out two black pens. Huh? Very interesting. Okay, whiteboard markers. Worrying over things. What are the things that we are worrying every day? What are the things? Now, I mean, asking from your perspective. If I ask this question from an elderly person, sickness and money, how to pay for my medical bills. Assignments. This is a very interesting one. How to finish my assignment. So what to do with that? How to overcome this worry? Now the question is, other part of the question is how to boost self-confidence. We need confidence. And how to overcome the worry of a certain assignment. Are you thinking about how to write it, whether I can write it properly, whether I can send it in time, right? Meeting the deadline. So what to do? In your own way. What do you do? If you are the person who is asking this question, what would you do?
Organize.
Because none of you are answerless people here, right? You all have your own answer. Yes, sir?
Organize and plan.
Plan ahead. Plan ahead. I don't think a professor will ask you, today's assignment, next tomorrow you have to do it, right? They normally give some fair time. So organize early. That is one way to plan it. What are the other problems with regard to this assignment issue? Why some others are worrying about assignment? Yes? Any thoughts? Huh?
About the future?
We still talk about the assignment problem. Some people, they want to plan it, but they cannot plan ahead. Right? They know they have to plan ahead. Why they cannot plan ahead? Time management issue. This is a big issue. Huh? Time management. Is this a very important one? Time management? Is this a very important personal quality? Huh? Tell me how important is that? Very important, huh? Starting from going to the university, and one day as teenagers or students, not becoming late for the first date. They all matter, right? So, but this shouldn't be done with a very perfectionist point. You guys are late, I don't want to talk to you. Becoming very harsh and hard on this concept. Time management, you have to plan ahead, right? Are Malaysians very punctual? Supposed to be, yeah? I say no. It's a 8 p.m. Event. What time are they coming? Huh? They come 8:30. So that means if we want to start an event at 8 o'clock, we have to say it's starting at 7:30. Yeah. Huh? Why is it? That's the culture. We don't blame anybody. That's the culture here. Maybe there are people who show up at the right time. But time management is very important. That means if it is 8, if you can come at least 7:55, not 8:05, you're going to be such a very organized person. It's a very big quality, right? So this is not only for the meeting in your life, earning money, going to a new job, talking to somebody, maintaining relationships, studying well, and you creating a very good impression. People like you. So to work with this person, that person never steal my time. Actually, this is a part of stealing. When people get late, I always say, you breaking the stealing precept. You took my time because I could have done something else. Right? You're supposed to come here at 8 o'clock, but you came around 8:15. My 15 minutes, are you going to give me back? You never give me back. So that means it's stealing the time. So we cannot do that. We respect everything like that. So we have to plan for this assignment problem. Sometimes you understand, I don't know the subject very well. I don't think I can do it. Then you approach the right individuals. Peer support. I think you have peer support here. And maybe you ask the professor, you do your own studies, do whatever you can do to overcome, and you doing that. And then future, as you said, worrying over the future. What are the problems with the future in your own version? Anxiety. People become anxious about the future.
Uncertain goals.
Uncertain goals. So what goals are we supposed to set?
Defined by ourselves.
Huh?
Defined by ourselves.
Yeah, we define our own goals, but are they supposed to be realistic or unrealistic? Realistic goals. Set realistic goals. Sometimes you may set fairy tale type goals. Right? They are not going to happen. You can't do it. You can't make it happen. Set realistic goals. 2025 coming, right? In 1 month of time almost. So what are your thoughts about resolutions about 2025? We don't make resolutions for years. Don't make resolutions. We make aspirations. Why? Resolutions are time specific things. Let's say there's a very big obese person, very big, very fat. Now this person thinks by the end of 2025, I want to become a very normal, average person. But of course, it is not possible sometimes because the personal trainer, doctors say it takes at least 2 years to go to that goal. Sometimes. So at that point, this person has to understand, I don't want to make a resolution to lose my weight. I want to make it as an aspiration. I know it takes 2 years, perhaps more. I want to make aspiration. Aspiration means a good thought, a realistic plan, right? That is what we have to do. So future, let's make very realistic goals. Our health, money. I think you all have thoughts about what you're going to do after you graduate, right? So that's a very big one. So do it in a nice, comfortable, practical way, right? Don't become scared for the future. Why? You are the one who is making it. Do it in the practical way. Don't become obsessed, or don't become what you call overwhelmed or taken aback with what's happening. Other worries? We'll take one more worry. For anxiety. Looks like 4, 6, 7, 8 worryless people over here. They should be very happy beings. Yeah, anyways, let's make it very short because of the timing. So, same thing. Don't worry about anything. Worries will come. Why worries are coming to us? because we are scared. We don't think properly. Let's give some good thoughts about our future, but live in the moment and plan for the future. If there's anything you can do, work on it. Not worrying about it, work on it. If you think you cannot do it, just drop it, because you can't do it. But if you understand you can do it, then work on it. It might be difficult, but you work on it. Other than that, sleeping in the bed, thinking I cannot do that, I don't know what's going to happen to me, these kind of things making you more anxious, more stressed, more depressed. So, and the second part is how to boost self-confidence, positive attitude. Okay, you wake up in the morning, huh? You wake up in the morning. What time you are waking up normally? Are you morning people? Morning persons or afternoon persons? Morning person. Let's say you wake up around what time? 7 o'clock. Early bird, huh? 7 a.m. Then, what is the first thing that is coming to you when you wake up? Life is impermanent. The Buddhists talk about like that. Huh? Are Buddhists talking like that? Life is impermanent. Is that a very happy thought? In the morning. But if that you woke up, you are in the bed, you haven't got up, life is impermanent. And I'm impermanent, my room is impermanent, my sleep also impermanent. And then, is it a good way to think? You know this Pali word anicca? I think some other speakers may have talked about it. Anicca. This is one of the abusive words in Buddhism. Why? They translate this to be impermanence. But anicca is not just impermanence. Anicca means change. Change means good changes and bad changes. Are only bad changes happening in our life? Then good changes also happening. Today morning there was a very wise person, and by 7 p.m. the person became very stupid and unwise. Right? Not stupid, sorry, unwise. Right? Why is it? Because of the conditions. And tomorrow 7 a.m. became again wise. And then afternoon, maybe lunchtime, became again unwise. Why it is? This is something that is happening. Nobody is wise all the time until they become enlightened. So, normally when people talk about anicca, they normally take bad changes. When you ask someone who's elderly, see, look at my body, I'm hanging, I'm aching, my body, I feel like I'm like old now, and see what is happening. I'm old, anicca, right? Anicca. And but there also may be somebody who is still young but having a lot of issues, health issues, maybe diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and other problems. And perhaps this person is 35 years old, let's say. From 20 to 35, this 15 years, this person has not paid attention to what food he or she is supposed to eat. A very bad eating style. So this person ate whatever that came to him or her, and now going to suffer something like diabetes or high blood pressure, right? Whatever. And when somebody is asking, say, you are sick, huh? You're always going to see the doctors and you are in the clinics. Yeah, life is anicca, you know. Life is anicca. But actually, what the Buddha says you should take care of yourself. Self-care is very important. Don't think that life is anicca in a bad way without taking care of yourself. Self-care is very, very important. Number one is self-care. But don't become selfish. No selfish. But take care of yourself. And also at the same time, other care, also equally important. Both have to go hand in hand. How to take care of yourself? Tell me. How do you practice self-care? Is this very important? So what are the things you do to self-care? Sleep is very important. Then?
Enough water. enough water.
Stay hydrated. And then meditation. And eating healthy food, very important. And then peace of mind. Is it very important? We are always with the phones. People are talking to us. Sometimes we may be in relationships, right? Do you have the peace of mind all the time? Or sometimes you have to argue with people, fight with people to win your worth? What's going on? There are perennial things happening time to time, right? So we have to, our peace is not always seems to be coming from within. That means other people also decide things for us. So then, peace of mind is such a very important thing. Maybe how many times you slept with anger? Tell me. Or you have always gone to sleep with so much peace of mind? May I know? Have you ever gone to sleep with anger, frustration, disappointment? No. Such a good Samaritan, extraordinary being over here. It's good, happy attitude, but I don't know. Should be. Others? Have you ever, have you been able to sleep with so much happiness, peace of mind every night? Or sometimes you are troubled by things? Or you went to sleep with so much frustration, disappointment, anger? If you went to sleep with anger, had slept with anger, how was the quality of the sleep at that night when you wake up in the morning? Or you woke up time to time and you were struggling because other people do things for you? Does it matter? It matters. That means peace of mind. Other things? What are the other things that you do to self-care? Peace of mind, then meditation, good sleep, good food, then?
Exercise.
Exercising, and then socializing, right? All these are equally important. And other care? What are you doing for other care? Being kind to others, being nice to others, help as necessary, those are other things. So what we need to understand here is that you create your self-confidence through self-care and other care. Yeah.
So for the next question, what is your ideas or thoughts in a situation, for example, would a soldier in World War II get reborn as they kill people? They were forced to or volunteer to protect their country.
Okay, so this is what we call normal, depending on different countries. I mean, in some countries they have this mandatory, what we call army or military training. So that means they cannot avoid it. So at that point you understand that it is not your best interest to be a part of it, but it is a part of protecting your own country. Because Buddhism goes by, not by actions outside. Buddhism goes by the intention. So I think this shouldn't be a problem, because it is not that you are going to kill. This is not your best interest. Your intention is to protect the country. Let's say you are reborn in a country where there are lots of wars. You are part of that thing. Can you become a perfect Buddhist? Can you become a very good Buddhist in the text? You may not be able. So here this soldier joins, maybe had to join because of the country's speculations, regulations. And if he, let's say during the time he is in the soldier activity, he learns Buddhism. At that point he it is not my best interest that I'm doing. And I don't kill people. Soldiers cannot kill people. Soldiers are going to protect people according to the orders of senior people. Senior people are supposed to give orders according to the law, military law and all that. Not that just because you have a gun you go kill everybody. No? You can't do that. So even, let's say police officer. A police officer is getting a call from a house where there is domestic violence. Now he goes to the house. What is happening? There is somebody who is having a knife going to kill maybe wife or husband in the house. right? Relationship problem, trust issue or something. Then police officer says, put down this knife, put it down. But the person says, no, I'm not going to put down, I'm going to kill. Put it down, otherwise I'm going to do something. You have to use the extra force. Because nobody should be killed, innocent people, right? So the police officer, maybe he or she has to use the extra power. Why he or she is using that? Just to protect other people, right? So that is important. So that is no problem. What about a judge? Now judge is engaging in a capital punishment case, right? Now there are what you call evidences to decide the verdict, and judge has to say, okay, I check everything and you done it. You are the person who done the what you call first level of the proof, and then I have to sentence you. But in law, we understand no judge can sentence anybody with a malicious thought. I'm going to kill you. No, judge has to go by the provisions in the law, by the guidelines. So that means judge also exempt from the problem, right? Law is always saying that you cannot do anything with a malicious thought, with a hatred thought. So I think here, my thought that is coming from Buddhism is, would a soldier in World War II get reborn as they kill people? Maybe. It is not he killed the people, he was involved in the war to protect. So we have to go back, what is this World War II? Then we have to understand that, why they were involved in the World War II. Maybe certain countries want to invade other countries, right? You know, in World War II, some countries went to other countries, they tortured, they raped, and they killed. So another league of countries wanted to protect good people from these bad guys. So they were involved in a compassionate mission at that point. In a certain way, we don't think that they are all correct. So we have to understand what is this WW2. But anyways, police officers or anybody, they cannot kill with malicious thing. They have to go by the law. I think what they are supposed to do is, they are supposed to save innocent people. They are supposed to take care of everybody. But what if it is going to be very difficult? They may have to make a choice. That is how we are going to discuss. Yeah, number 7.
So number 7, there are two children who are raised differently. The first child is exposed to only education since young, where the child would go for tuition and asked to study frequently. On the other hand, the other child will be raised as a joy kid, where the child can do whatever they want as long as they are happy. However, the first child would be not that happy but knowledgeable. The second child is happy but not that knowledgeable. Based on Buddhism, what do you think about this?
Okay, I think the way how you look at it is to be answered. Now you say that there are two children. One, the first one is studying well, but what do you think? What do you say that this person is not becoming happy, right? But the second one is happy, but not knowledgeable. Is knowledge very necessary to us? So we have to understand knowledge from many backgrounds. Sometimes you see those people who are very educated, too educated, they become the victim of their education as well. When they learn too much, they cannot live with other people, but they try to interpret everything, right? What if like two educated people going to become a couple, very educated, huh? Too educated, so everything will become a knowledge of everything, right? When they're going to cook, they are bringing their knowledge to that thing, right? They cannot even cook. So I mean, I'm not disrespecting anybody, but there are problems. So one has to come with the emotional part, right? If we put everything to knowledge and university things, we cannot live. That is why there is a certain ancient saying, if you are too educated, you cannot walk on a footbridge. Why? Now there is a footbridge, water is coming everywhere, right? I seen a short video like this with some dogs. There were two dogs. There's one dog doesn't care about anything, just cross the footbridge. But the other dog is looking at how big is the footbridge and how much water down there. Then he decided not to walk on the footbridge. He couldn't walk. In the same way, if we are sometimes too much concerned about everything, we cannot do anything. That means too much knowledge sometimes not good. So not having any knowledge and having too much knowledge, there are two problems. We need knowledge, but not too much. Then what we need? Wisdom. We need to know how to process our knowledge, not just the knowledge. So here, what I say is that I don't think that the first child who studies is always unhappy. In this example, he or she could find his own happiness. But the second one is merely happy. I also don't think if you are happy, that you are not knowledgeable. When you are happy means you know something. I think it is an art of being happy. Why the first person cannot be happy? Because he only know how to become happy with the knowledge, not with other thing. Second person only knows how to become happy. I think we all are supposed to end up becoming happy. So the second child already got it. It is also a certain knowledge. So we cannot say knowledge is this, happiness is this. I think they all are interconnected. So I think these both children are good children. We don't think that they are missing out on one or the other, but maybe certain small levels, but they are okay. Because sometimes you come from a very privileged family. So they send you to an Ivy League university. So what? Other people come from very underprivileged families. They cannot even send to the government university in the country. So should we look at people from this privilege or underprivilege? So what we do is we have to look at the good side of these two children. You went to a good university, you went to the college somewhere. We have to appreciate both of you as long as you are happy with what you are doing. Yes.
Okay, so for the 8th question, under medical conditions, can monk break the 8 precepts to have dinner?
Okay. Here is the thing. Now, when you learn Buddhism, you know there are different types of Buddhism, right? Can I know what you know about different types of Buddhism? Different monks, different nuns, huh? Who are they? Who are they? Huh? Or have you only seen certain monks, certain nuns? Right? You have only seen a certain level of monk, or you have seen many other different types of monks and nuns. We know Buddha time we call it early Buddhism. Then after Buddha passed away, Theravada. Then people, other monks, nuns who did not like Theravada, they became Mahayana. So other monks who didn't like Mahayana, they became Vajrayana. And some other monks who didn't like any of these things, they created their own movements. Okay. Now who are not having the dinner or whatever, they are the mainly Theravada monks. But is this a practical thing? I'm talking from the both sides. There are monks now. You are saying sick under medical condition. There is one who is sick, so they may have to take their dinner. It is not the point. In Theravada Buddhist books, it is said that the monks went for alms round, you know, the Pindapata, even afternoon and the evening at that time, early time. Then what happened? They encountered problems like snakes came and attacked them at night because roads were not very developed at that time. Then some monks fell down because roads are not even asphalted. Some monks approached the back door of the house. So the people in the household thought maybe a ghost, you know, it's like a ghost, real ghost, huh? Just through the water, you know. So the Buddha said, better you don't go for this kind of thing, stay in the temple, practice meditation. That was why they went to the morning 2 meals. And on the other hand, nowadays there are some practical problems. Medical issue is one problem. What are the other problems? There is a monk who is going to fly from here to a faraway place, 10 hours flight. So how is his lunch and morning breakfast determined? He say to the air crew, you have to give me the food by this time. But how to decide the time? Because they have to eat in that interpretation before 12. So what 12? You are flying from KL to where? London, UK, Heathrow Airport. So how is the time discussed? Because you have to pass India, I think, then through probably Iraq, you are going up, maybe Turkey, and you are entering into the the Europe, and you are going through Poland and all these countries. So how is the time discussed? That means with these new conditions, there are problems. But it is their choice. So rather than taking a very hardcore understanding about this, it's better to understand what is supposed to be done. With the new changes, we have to look at it little different. If there is a monk who want to eat before 12, not traveling anywhere, it's okay. It's his choice. But new conditions have happened, medical problem, traveling problem, and all that happened. So then definitely we have to understand this thing. This is a minor rule, minor condition. Yeah.
So for the 9th question, monks can apply sunscreen mosquito repellent?
I don't know there are monks who apply sunscreen, but let's say you are living in Canada as somebody who is living in Canada 15 years already. Our sun is very stronger than your sun here because you are living near the equator. So it is said if we go out in our summertime, then you can get skin cancer. So we have to apply. We have to apply. It's not just for the beauty purpose, because it depends on where you live. If you stay in a temple inside, it's okay, then you don't need. Don't look at sunscreen from sunscreen perspective. Look at sunscreen from the conditional perspective. What are the conditions going on? So you don't want to get cancer. You never expect someone get cancer. But Asia, it's different. I don't think the sun is that terrible because you are living near the equator. So it should be okay. Mosquito repellent. I don't think nobody should be bitten by a mosquito. My understanding is they should do necessary things, close their doors, close the windows in time, so mosquitoes are not coming. That is good. If you are in a place where there are many mosquitoes, you may apply mosquito repellent because it's not that you are killing mosquito. You spray it, they are not coming to you. At least you put the, there's a certain patch. So you are going to, desensitize. You are going to numb. You are going to hide from the mosquitoes. Earlier, mosquitoes are hiding from you, but now you're going to hide from the mosquitoes. I don't think they are, rather than killing them, killing mosquitoes and spraying those things to their body, I think much better options. But what if there is somebody who is going to buy sunscreen just to stay beautiful only? That could be a problem. But these are necessary reasons. Yeah.
The 10th question is, when you see fake monks on the street, what should we do? Do we ignore or confront them?
How do we know they are fake people? This is a problem, right? And there are fake people everywhere. There are fake university students, right? They show they go to university, but they don't go to university. They are not real students. So they don't wear the tag. Are you supposed to wear a tag here? Not compulsory. Normally government universities, they have to wear a tag for security purposes. So I think this is a activity that is supposed to be done by responsible people, temples and senior monks. Otherwise, we don't have to worry about these things. Because if they do bad karma, they carry their bad karma. Don't worry about these things. Worry about your practice. There are many as such time to time, but don't worry, because I think you have enough problems, so you need to create. Don't take other people's problem into you, because you have to study, you have to do a lot of things, and if you bring all these things into your house and your mind, I don't think it's not ignoring. You wish may everybody become better people, good people, something like that. Yeah.
The next question is how to develop self-discipline.
Okay, very interesting question. Self-discipline. What is this actually? How do we know someone has self-discipline? How do we know? What is the trigger point? Are you self-disciplined? Are you self-disciplined? More or less, huh? It depends. How to self-discipline means that you have your own personal values to become a better person. I normally say 4 things: metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. Metta means some kind of friendliness to everybody. Don't create enemies in your life. Sometimes there are people who we cannot work with, but don't just try to isolate them. Just say hi, bye, but don't take them into your closer intimate relationships. But still say hi and bye. No enemies. You are a friendly person. Remember, there was a actual story. There was one lady in the US, an Asian lady, who has been giving free food to homeless people. She has a restaurant. One day, couple of homeless people with their gangs went to this restaurant as a part of their bad things. They tried to rob the restaurant. They had guns in Los Angeles. They have guns. They can carry guns. And then they're almost going to kill everybody. But one person, maybe the mastermind in this operation, recognized this lady. Don't kill her, because she has given us food. It's not nice to kill her. It came to their mind. That's why it's better to help everybody. One day, these people become enemies of us. They will try to take things from us. So your help will come to their mind one day. Don't do this, because they help us. How to kill this person? But if she had not served those homeless people, definitely they would have killed her, because she recognized them. She recognized the faces, so definitely they have to kill her. That's what they thought. So that means don't create enemies in the class, outside, online, wherever. So practice some metta to everybody, but no, keep the distance with unnecessary people. Then be kind to everybody. Be kind to you. First, you have to start your day, I'm kind to myself and I'm kind to other people. Third, always try to be happy when other people get going in their life. Good grades, whatever, that is your happiness too. Because you do your way, they will do their own way. Finally, upekka means have a balanced mind. Things will change, you will be happy, you will be unhappy. Some people will compliment you, some people will criticize you. Don't worry. Don't go very up, don't go very down. So these 4 things will create you lots of self-discipline. Yeah.
The 12th question is, in Buddhism we talk about non-self, but we also talk about focusing on ourselves rather than externally. Isn't this conflicting?
No, Buddha does not talk about non-self. It is a wrong statement. What Buddha talks about it, we have a self, but you cannot take it as self at a certain level. Otherwise, who is listening to my talk now? If there is no self, who is listening to my talk here? If you have a knee pain here now, leg pain, who is going through that pain? Is it somebody in the seminary mall over there, or somebody here? Is it somebody in another country, or is it you? No, self exists. But at a certain level, Buddha said, don't take it so hard. Because you call self, but it does not exist at a certain level. So there's no problem with the, you can't say there's non-self. It's a wrong understanding. There is a self, but there's not self, N-O-T-self. You cannot take that self as self at a certain higher level because it is not self. But if you say no self, non-self, that is a misunderstanding. It's an incorrect reading of the text. So it is not conflicting. Buddha said, take care of you, try to take care of other people. Go in a balanced process. It's not conflicting. It's what the Buddha says, self-care, other care.
So the 13th question is, in Buddhism, it is said that everything is impermanent, anicca. People come and go in our lives, and relationships can be fleeting and temporary. What advice would Bhante give to embrace this impermanence?
No, I think better translation is change, not impermanence. I think change is what makes us beautiful, what makes everything happy. Say for instance, now you say people come and go, you are focusing on relationship, and this year you had different experiences with your loved ones, and then next year you want to go somewhere else. Is it beautiful or is it boring? You do the same thing with the loved one. Is it a boring thing? It's a happy thing. Let's say with the loved ones you go on a trip, right? Maybe with your mother, father you go on a trip, maybe your loved ones, relationship people. But next year you want to change that place, you want to go to another place, you want to do another thing, right? So I think that change is a nice change, it's a happy thing. I think it's something growing in relationship. But there are people who do the same thing in every year. That change, I don't think it's a nice thing, it's a happy thing. They say, it's very boring, huh? You do the same thing every year. You don't know how to become creative. So I think this question, what I think is, you say relationships can be fleeting, and not even relationship, everything is changing time to time. But that change, those changes are good changes. So I think we need those changes. So we embrace the change. The more we embrace the change, the happier we are. But it doesn't mean that everything is short time. Now say for instance in Buddhism we have an ideal couple, Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita, an ideal couple. Why do I call ideal couple? Now you are talking of fleeting, fleeting, temporary. Relationships are fleeting, temporary. This couple have been together for 500 lifetimes together. So is it temporary or fleeting? Tell me. They pass away and they reborn together. Pass away, reborn together. Take the Buddha. How many lives he was with Yashodhara, with his wife? Many lives. He always says, without her, he could have not become the Buddha. Yes, without her support, without her emotional, mental support. You know, he left the house and then and she overheard things what he does. He shaved the hair, and she said she also shaved the hair. When the Buddha came back after 9 years to his palace, and she didn't see him, so Buddha went to her chamber, and then she started crying. And then she said, ever since I heard you shave the hair, I too shaved the hair. And I heard that you wear the saffron color thing, I also started wearing like that. And I heard that you eat only once a day, I also started eating once a day. Then Buddha said, I know you are very loyal to me. It is not happened in this life. It happened from the first time we met. That was a mermaid story. Chandakinara Jataka story. That is the time that we started our first meetup. Ever since, more than 500, many lives, you've been together with me, and I know how loyal you are to me. And that loyalty made me go and find out my own enlightenment. And not even my enlightenment, now I do give it to everybody in this whole universe. And you let me do that. You sacrifice me. So then, If they are reborn together every year, every lifetime, then is it temporary or fleeting? Yes, one life, it is temporary. That means a good relationship is an investment, not even just for making money and then do, temporary instant gratification. It has something much more to invest in that life. Become noble friends, kalyana mitras, know each other, help each other, understand each other. It's going to be a very interesting thing. It's not just something that stops you in your life. But find the right person. That is the problem, not just people who simply want to be with you. That kind of a person. So I think I go back to the question. In Buddhism, it is said that everything is changing, not impermanent, changing. People come and go. I don't think people come and go. People come, go, and come. People come, go, come, go, come. Because this Nakula, I want to say that story, previous story. Nakula Mata and Nakula Pita stayed together for 500 lifetime. In that last life, both of them said to the Buddha that Bhante, ever since I married Nakula Mata, my wife, I had no thought about another woman for 40 years now. Just imagine, what a good guy, yeah? I married her. Ever since that time, no single thought came to me about that. There's another lady who is better than her. So I want to be reborn together with her in the next life. This is Buddhism. But for a good cause, not just for temporary those things. And Nakula Mata says, ever since he brought me from my house, 40 years, and no single thought came to me about another man, because he really took care of me emotionally, mentally, and everything. And I don't have to think about anybody. And I also want to be reborn together. So what does this story say? If you have a real good partner, that person can be a kalyana mitra, can help you in this journey, this Dhamma journey. So I think although we come and go, there is a change, there's an anicca, but that change is a nice, beautiful change, because we know we will see each other definitely. Also, bad people also meet like this. Let's say you have an anger towards someone, then this person will come again in the next life to attack you. Sometimes there are bad people who say, next life I am going to be reborn in your womb. Then I become your son. You are my mother, so you cannot do anything to me. I'll take revenge from you. So, bad side also continue. Good also continue. Right? So then, anicca relates to all these sides. Yes. Last question in the list.
If I'm interested to be ordained temporarily as a Buddhist monk in the future, any advice from Bhante?
Well, some people want to become a monk or a nun. I don't think it's very compulsory, it's very necessary, it's essential, but if you want to, just to see how it works, so you can go to a center and you can become a part of a novitiate program. A lot of viharas, they offer novitiate program. Yeah, so finding a good place. I think it's a 1 week program, I think. 1 week. But if you are a female, you may have to cut your hair, probably shave your hair if you want to take for it. It's up to you. But I think it's not necessary, not essential. It depends. It's not very necessary. I always ask people to improve your lay life. You don't need to become monks and nuns. I tell you one story to finish, and then we will let the floor open. There was one businessman at the Buddha's time. He got to know one monk. He said, I want to practice Buddhism. Any advice? The monk said, you give dana. You know dana? Offer food. Then he kept bothering the monk. I do dana once a month, but I want to do more practice. Then he said, okay, now you do once a month, then give it every week. Then he, after some time, he again troubled the monk. Said, I want to intensify my practice. Then he said, okay, now you're giving every week, then give it every day. You make food, you are a business person, you have time. Then he again troubled the monk, bothered the monk. Said, I want to intensify. What can I do? Then you practice some precepts, some sila. Then one day he said, I practice sila also. I want to do more things. Then monk said, there is nothing you can do. You better become a monk. You are asking too many questions now. Then he became a monk. He asked from the wife. He said, okay, became a monk. But he got two. One teacher, one mentor. Teacher is a Vinay expert. He knows a lot of rules and discipline stuff. So very difficult to keep up with the teacher. Teacher said, don't do this, like do's and don'ts. The mentor was an Abhidhamma teacher. You know Abhidhamma? It's a higher Dhamma. So when he goes to see the mentor, he gives a lot of very hardcore, very deep teachings to him. So he thought, when I was a layperson, I do my layperson business, and I was with my wife in my house. I only went to the temple just to do something. But now I can't even stretch my hand. These people are saying don't do. Then he said, I better go back. I want to disrobe. Too much. And then Buddha found out he's going back. He asked him to come, and then asked, why are you going back? He said, I wanted to become a monk. I think it is too much. It's taking my freedom away. I want to be free. Then the Buddha said, okay, you don't need to think about Vinaya, discipline, too much, rules. You don't want to think about a lot of hardcore Dhamma. Can you do one small thing? He said, okay, what is that? Can you take care of your thoughts? Thoughts are coming and going, troubling. He said, yes. What this story means? This story means that you need to be a better person. If you want to try out, you can become a monk, but not very necessary. Okay, I think all the questions are answered. Any questions from the floor? I think you can give the mic to them. They want to ask. Yes, so I think we're going to finish in maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're going to do the sharing. Yes.
Yeah, so in Buddhism, right, how do you define success? And then extending upon that, as like modern day society, how do we achieve this kind of success?
What kind of success is that?
As in Buddhism, right, there's this kind of like end goal where everyone kind of wants to leave suffering and gain happiness, right? So this is kind of the end goal. But in terms of success, the term, how do we define it in terms of Buddhism?
Okay.
And then how do we achieve this kind of success in what we have in modern day society? So as like, for us university students or like working class or maybe even from young, how do we work towards achieving these kind of goals?
Okay. Success in Buddhist teachings is a process. It is a process. Now at the moment your success is how to finish the studies with all these letter grades. Huh? That's what you are going to look at. That means you have to keep up with your assignments, you have to do well, you should not be deviated from the classes, and you have to do the necessary things, right? So your success at the moment is about getting this degree according to Buddhism. So before you graduate, you are thinking about which area you are going to work on for your work life. So Buddhism talks about success in terms of a process that someone has to create. I think I always say 3 things. One thing is that if you really want to be successful in anything, money, wealth, relationships, then job, studies, you need 3 things. One is you need to stay committed. Commitment is very important. A lot of people cannot commit. They come and go, touch and go. Like that same app, they touch and go. That is the nature of their life. For the money, relationship, touch and then go. Where are you? I touch and I went. I mean, that's what they do. Even the studies. So stay committed to whatever the thing you are doing. Have a commitment. If you sweep this flow, sweep it in the nice, complete way. If you do an assignment, do it to the best of you. Study well, do the brainstorming, find the right facts, you do your research and get the very latest references. Stay committed to that particular activity, right? So that is number one. Then staying committed is not also enough. Then you need the consistency. Let's say today you are committed, tomorrow you are very uncommitted. Then can you do it? You cannot do it, right? Tomorrow also it has to go. Day after also it has to go. If you look at any business person, any someone who started from the scratch, they all had this commitment. They are all consistent, even today. And the last thing is innovate in your success. Innovate. They say, I started this business, but after some time I kept it, I started another one. Kept it, started another one. Kept it. Not stay in one business only. Why? This business will have some blind spots one day. So then I am lost with all my money. This happens to many business people. They started one business, they only do it. Something happened, like a COVID pandemic, maybe some other problem, somebody mess up, all the business gone. The innovative people, they started here, one adventure, then create somebody to supervise and start another one slowly, secretly, or maybe publicly. And while this is going, another one, another one, another one. So it's like a business chain finally. In the same way, success is like this. You are becoming successful with regard to your study. At the same time, you're going to be an entrepreneur. You think about it. You just don't wait until somebody hires you. You plan your own business mind, right? And then you are having lots of plans. You are trying to make sure that everything is going. You don't only stick to one thing. So in this way, innovation. We have to innovate. We have to be creative. Otherwise, we will not make any success. It's a process. So commitment, consistency, and then what you call innovation. That is the success of anything, money, spiritual life, anything. Right? You can pass the mic for other people who have questions. Yeah. Perhaps we will ask from everybody just to finish. A short question, very short question. Yeah. Yes.
Can monks like play basketball, badminton, like those sports, all those?
You're so concerned about monks. Huh? Are you playing basketball?
No.
Or you want to become a monk and play basketball?
Just curious.
They don't normally do those things. Their focus is a little different. Plus, they can do with the rope, right? The volleyball, basketball things. They don't normally do. Not they can or cannot. There's no such thing that prevents them, but they don't do it. They may walk. They do walking. Some monks, they are doing their temple chores. Normally, it's not happening. Yeah. You have any question? Yes. Anything about? Yeah. We will pass to everybody then. One very short question, if you have.
Because you say like monks won't exercise so much, right? But I met a monk, like he's very buff, so it's like he kind of like everyday exercise or something. So yeah. So is it okay like they?
You mean
Yeah.
maintain the weight and maybe stay fit?
Yeah.
Different monks have their different own bodies, so let them maintain their bodies. Yes.
So if the monks love to play badminton, so he can like wear rope and just play, right? Cause like if you got like a jump.
I don't think they will do that.
Oh.
The problem here is that what to do with the body. If you have already a body that shows some muscular aspects, what to do? Are you going to kill that body? So they just do things just to stay healthy. But I don't think that there may be some rare cases, but it's not normal. Yeah. It happens everywhere, right? Even among police, among others, even in life. So yeah. Yes. Maybe you want to come here and ask the question. Yeah, better. Yeah. Yes.
So continuing on his question, so like, so they mentioned like badminton and basketball all that, but can monks go to gym?
Why they have to go to gym? Because they may have their own gym. Yeah.
Maybe they want to lift weights, I guess.
Okay, I have a question. I think I get lot of questions about the monk's life. Are you concerned in becoming a monk with all these aspects? Anyways.
Not now, but
Yeah. So the thing is that things have evolved. I don't know what many young monks do in their own perspectives. But I believe that they have to stay healthy, stay fit, and not become unhealthy. But also they have to do their mission, right? Not just to maintain a body. Their focus has to be spreading Dhamma. Also, at the same time, what if they are blessed to have a body that is good for somebody who is seeing that? That is a blessing. Otherwise, if they only focus on this weight management, okay, weight training, that could be a problem, deviation.
so for example, if it was someone that has been going to the gym before they became a monk, and then they became a monk, would they have to give up going to the gym?
No, I don't think if you become a monk, you have to continue that kind of a habit with other lay people is a good idea.
Okay.
I don't think it's a good idea, because when you become a monk, you have your own perspective. Perhaps in today's world, buying a treadmill or this kind of thing very cheap everywhere. So why do you have to go to that kind of place, right? And plus, I don't think giving a lot of attention to focus on to the weight training, weightlifting is necessary for a monk. But they may. I like the idea that they manage their weight. So that kind of thing. Otherwise, not just go to the gym like you, whoever, and then be a part of that gym culture. Yeah, that's little awkward. So because understand, all the monks are trained. So in the training, they are advised to do what to do, what not to do. So they know. So yeah.
And then actually there's one previous question that you actually addressed, which was about the killing of animals. So you said like do not care about those that butcher or like kill for a living and all that.
No,
But
I didn't say don't care about them. I said if you can care about them, do it in the best way. Do it in a practical way. Don't do it in an impractical way. Like you go to a butcher shop and suddenly you smash into the kitchen and say, hey, don't kill, huh? I'm Buddhist. So who are you? Who let you in here? Huh? This is a butcher shop. You can't come here, You just get out of this butcher shop. So you are not going to do those kind of things, because it's a butcher shop. So Buddha also didn't do that. Buddha did not smash into butcher shops. He only said, if you want to follow, just practice in your own way. Yeah.
okay, I think that's all.
Be very practical. Yeah. Maybe we can take one more question and then we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Bhante, from my knowledge, I think, I don't know lah. Is it like monk cannot touch money, but can they use credit cards or touch and go?
Yeah, very interesting question. Now I live in Canada, as I said earlier. Now we have to use credit cards because, okay, let me tell you the story. Now why money? Earlier monks accepted money, not money. At that time, no money, no currency. It was gold, silver, diamond. So people wanted to offer, they offered. Then the problem was how to carry these things. Now people offered, at that time no vehicles. They cannot use carts, you have to pay for that too with different other goods. Even 200, 300 years ago, even in Malaya Peninsula, how the traders came from India through Andaman Sea to Langkawi area, and how they went to, what is that place called, Lanka Sukha, and how the Chinese traders came. They shared the goods, right? They shared the good. That was the money. But then what happened? When monks carried this gold and silver in their arms pole, looters robbed them and killed them on the way. because they didn't have anybody to carry. So what happened? The Buddha said, better you not accept these things, because you might be killed on the road. There are many brigands like Angulimala. That is one thing. Second thing is that money is not evil, but you may make money evil. There are some bad examples too, certain examples where money laundering happen and all that. But in today's world, what is money? It is digital. Everything is digital. Nobody carries money in today's world. Are you carrying lots of money? No, it's a problem. People might rob you. So you carry credit card. Not even credit card. Rewards card. What are the other cards? What you top up, even at some shops. How do you call it? No. I mean, let's say you want to give a gift card. You buy from Starbucks or any shop a gift card. So you add money and you give it to a monk. So monk is going to the shop and uses it. They say, I don't touch the money, but I only touch the gift card. The same thing, right? Because some money. There may be somebody who might say, I heard sometimes, we are monks, we don't touch, we don't pay for the internet. Devotees do that. But even devotees do, you are using internet. Internet is a paid system. So we cannot, drink anything without telling our tongue. This is an ancient wisdom. There are people who want to drink a coffee by hiding it from the tongue. You cannot do that. The coffee has to go through your tongue. So we have to be practical. It doesn't mean we need lots of money. Monks need lots of money. Just use it wisely. Let's say somebody might say, I want to travel. I want to fly to another city in the country. So then who is going to pay for the ticket? Somebody will pay for the ticket because the monks don't touch the money. Who is touching the money nowadays? Nobody touches the money, right? Then he said, okay, my devotee bought the ticket from here to somewhere. The problem is somebody bought it, but you are using it. You are using a paid service. Then don't use it too. Go to the forest. We cannot do that. So we have to keep up with these conditions, but don't become a victim to the money. That is the important thing. For lay people, make lots of money, billions of money if you are very capable, but don't be greedy for the money. So that is what we have to understand. There are bad examples that have happened, money laundering and becoming very evil to the money, but other than that, there's no problem to use a credit card if they know how to use it wisely. Yeah, because in modern world, you cannot, let's say you want to go for a shop. Now, many shops are becoming cashless. Yeah, they don't take money. So how to buy then? They have problem. They say we cannot operate the cash counter because somebody can steal. Maybe it's not safe to take money, and somebody has to count the money at the end of the day. So now everybody goes for cashless. Cashless means you have to use a credit card. So who are monks? They are also part of this system. So they have to understand, but wisely use it. I think some cannot even take a credit card because in many countries it's very difficult for many people to get credit cards, but some countries they can. So wise use by understanding what to do is the best thing. All right, I think almost we have hit the time. Now we can then share the good karmas. Huh? You want to say anything? Maybe I do the sharing and then you can give the vote of thanks at the end. So thank you everybody. I'm very happy to have come here. I hope that we had a very nice engaging discussion about Dhamma chat, and you asked very real-time questions, not old type, out of passion, feared questions. They are very direct questions. I like it, and we can understand them and then answer them. So I hope that this is a good dialogue. We can call it Dhamma chat number 1, and we can go to Dhamma chat one day whenever we are free, Dhamma chat number 2, like this, these kind of questions. So may all the good karmas you've been making today, may all these good karmas be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away. In the name of all of you, all of us, may they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. At the same time, may all Deva, Naga, Mahidika receive all these good karmas. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life and prosperity. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. At the same time, we are making a wish at the end of any good karma. We need Kalyana Mitras, noble friends. May noble friends be with us until we attain Nibbana. Thinking thus, we're going to make a sadhu, 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 sadhu. Finally, I'm very thankful for your Buddhist Society on this campus for inviting me to this place and then to share some Dhamma. I hope that you were all enlightened in different ways, in your own ways. So now the biggest challenge is coming up. That biggest challenge is the practice. Not listening from here and at the end of this discussion and then all the things are going from here. One way has to be close with a lid. That means the practice. How to practice what we learned today in our daily life as a student here, right? This is the most, so please pay more attention to that side. May all the good karmas we've been doing today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. At the same time, may all your studies go well all the time. May you be able to be safe all the time. At the same time, reach all the goals on campus in your life, personal life, social life, to the best of you. May all the good karmas follow you all the time. Not only to you, your family members, your parents, your siblings, and everybody. Thinking thus, I am going to do a very short blessing. Please receive the blessings. Sabbitiyo vivanjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavan bantarayu sukhi digayuko bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te abhivadana siddhissa niccang vaddha pachayino chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminate samiccatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I think after President's vote of thanks, we will take a group photo. So now please give your vote of thanks.
First of all, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you guys learn something that you can, like something new, and you understand more about maybe Buddhism or Buddhist monk. So as a token of appreciation, I would like to give a gift to Bhante.
Okay. Maybe everybody come and maybe offer this thing. We take a photo. Somebody, what is that?
A banner.
You can put it here. Yeah, bring it to her. Yeah, nice person, huh? Yeah, come, bring it here. Your banner. Everybody, they just sit around, take a photo. Someone can take a photo. Yeah, put it like this so can take the photo behind. That side, cover that side. Yes. Then you can just, can you take a photo from the phone better? You have a phone? Yes, this one has to be turned off now, recording, yeah, good.